When I'm down, you lifted me. You're the glory and the lifter of my head. The overnight I love the machine. When you get home, I love it. Did it on the machine. I'm not sure why I love the machine. I couldn't tell by I love it. Did it on the machine. Abasimi, ay. Chai.
Radio station with more. You're listening to the radio station.
You're listening to this is Radio Biafra.
We are not like other people. Because as I once reminded you before we came, there was nobody like us. Now that we are here, they pretend, they copy, they emulate, they fabricate falsehood. But they can never be like us. Long after we are gone, they will wish we lived forever. IPOB is very special. Exceptionally special. The largest mass movement in the whole world bar none. And we did it because Chukwokika Biama is with us. We did it because Chukwokika Biama created IPOB himself. And we are here to pilot its affairs. We will not prevaricate. We will not stop. We will not slumber until Biafra is fully restored to its former glory. Anybody in doubt as to our resilience and our determination to restore Biafra is not only mistaken, not only misguided, but needs to see a psychiatrist, because we are not stopping. I am Nnamdi Kanu, and I don't stop until I get what I want.
All right, one more time, I say good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on wherever you're domiciled. Just to remind you that Tuesday is the big day. Our leader goes to court on Tuesday, so that's the total lockdown of Biafra land. We have to solidify with him. We have to stay with him spiritually, physically, whatever way we can to support what we're doing. The man and it's time for us to just devote that day for him. Now, what I'm going to do this morning, actually, I'm going to go back to my archives to get out some of his broadcasts. I've been doing that until he goes to court. Every day I will do that. But I'll not take the whole time. I'll give you the chance to make your calls, because I know most people are very anxious about calling and airing their opinion. But we're going to listen to him, his past broadcast. Then from there, we'll take it from there and decide on what we're going to talk about.
Is confirmation that a black man is inferior to a white man, take it anywhere. Because you cannot go. You can never ever go to Europe and do the same thing. You can't. They will kill you there. Look at slavery and why slavery became possible. Then you look at the suffering of black people, you understand why the zoo is the way it is. You will understand why a minority group, an ethnic group that is in the minority, they are not indigenous to Nigeria. They are not. They came from somewhere else. They are not the original owners of the land. Ask yourself, how is it that people who are not the least educated, they move cattle from place to place? By moving cattle from place to place, they are able to conquer those with PhD. Ask yourself that question. That way, you will understand the way that a black man reasons in that part of the world. How is it possible that people that came from Futajalum, or moving only cattle, were able to overrun advanced civilizations? Because by the time the Fulanis came to take Hausa land from them and renamed Gobert to Sokoto, for Hausa civilization was centuries ahead of every other in West Africa. Great empires were built. The Songhai, the Kanu, great empires were built. Ask yourself, how is it possible that people that built empires, people that were manufacturing guns nearly 300 years ago, how was it possible that they were defeated by people who were driving cattle? Ask yourself that question. That day you will know how foolish a black man is, especially those from West Africa. How some people were there in the Fulani State with their ordinary cattle. They proceeded to go and create traitors, efulefus within Hausa people. The efulefus, what the efulefu does is like a left jab in boxing. You keep jabbing somebody, preparing them for the correct, knockout blow. That's what they did. So the work of a saboteur is to soften the ground for the Janjaweed to come in. They did it to Hausa people with perfection. They succeeded. They succeeded without any issue. You know what they did again? They now convinced Hausa by saying we are Fulani Hausa. They spoke Hausa language. They convinced the foolish Hausa people to now join them in their campaign to conquer others. And that was what happened. They're still doing.
I want you to listen to this broadcast because this is very, very interesting. Because they are still doing the same thing today. I told you a small piece of paper, a small book that was lying around in our family when I was like 4 or 5 years old. Pictorial book. They come in with their cattle. They gradually, all they're going to do is they push you out. Go to Google, look for that book and look at it and read it. They call the farmer, I think the farmer and the camel, something like that. Very, very interesting story. We are seeing this was the story at something pictorial. I wasn't even looking at this story. My elder sister will always read it to me and tell me the story. Then that story got stuck in my. You can imagine a 4-year, 5-year-old kid. The story still remains. I didn't know that one day I'm going to start talking about this kind of thing. I'm telling you, I want you to listen to this because they come in different. These are people that would take them. They're not civilized, and we were still doing even when we were little. You see them back with me, they just sit down, they're going around with their milk because that's what they used to see. And they used to be very beautiful. In those days, the guy was say, because they have pointed nose, and any child born with a pointed nose, we call them Fulani. These people are
today. And I believe he's saying no. We won't allow it to happen. They are very, very clever. They recruit support. They come to those of you who are, those of you with long throats, those of you who are avaricious, so to speak. People being ruled by the demon of money making. They come to you. They say, do you want power? Do you want wealth? The same thing that Lucifer can offer anybody. You want power and you want wealth? Yes. Now betray your people. Give them to me to kill. That's what they do. And these efulefus, you see them, you think they are normal, you think their brains are correct. You see them, they doing the work. What they are doing is to soften your resolve. The Fulani used this trick on the houses and it worked. They went all the way to Yoruba, took a lot from them. It worked. They always look for efulefus. They always look for traitors within. They plant them. They make them governors. They make them senators. Their job is to make sure that the aims and objectives of the Janjaweed is accomplished. Now you understand it, don't you? Now you understand the way they operate. You understand the way they work. You understand the way their mind operates. That is Fulani Janjaweed for you. That is the way they are. And in this time and age is no different. It is not going to be any different. We are therefore warning our people. If you are a Biafran, you are in DSS, you are in the army or you are in the police, and they send you to go and attack us somewhere, and you foolishly come because you're one of those, you're one of the idiots they are using. And you think because you're a Biafran, you can be at the front to go and kill your people. I can assure you, you will die. There's an assurance. You're going to die. And forget all these things. I'm driving around in the afternoon, driving through market squares and going to my village and probably I say, come out at night and do the same thing. That thing you're doing during the day is rubbish. Come out if your power, if you feel your army, your police, you have power and you have might, come in the night and do the same thing. I see what will happen to you. They think they are clever, but we are more clever than they are. We are far infinitely more clever than they will ever be. Today, tomorrow, and forever. We are warning them, and they must understand it. in Zamfara schools, they are operating Islamic calendar in a secular country. And some of you, all interested is who is going to rig election for us? When is turn of my village? And sometimes I don't want to speak against the spirit, but I do ask God, why did you put me amongst these people who cannot reason very well? Of all the places in the world I could come to as a human being, you put me within, surrounded by people who cannot reason, by ethnic groups who are being obliterated, they don't know it. People who are dying, they don't know that their death is being caused by their youth, should I say, by them belonging to this contraption that the British created. You don't have to be Einstein to understand that. You don't have to be. If you tell me how you can be in a country anywhere in the world, and one day a governor of a state wakes up and says, "Oh, from today you are going to operate under a Christian calendar," would that happen in the USA? Would that happen in the US or anywhere else that people are civilized? Will that ever happen? Will it happen in South Africa? Even ordinary Ghana. Will it happen in Ghana? The answer is no. Because you people, you don't listen to all you're interested is contract. How do I make money? You forget that these people, they operate like the devil. They are giving you something they know you want because they want your life and they will take it from you. You don't know that? Zamfara State Governor Bello Mohammed Matawale has ordered the immediate use of Islamic calendars in primary, secondary, and the universities across the state. Universities as well. Universities across the state. And you're telling me you're in one Nigeria, you're in one Nigeria. You keep lying to yourselves. All of you know that the zoo is unworkable. You know that because of your avaricious nature, because you want money, because you're poor, because you're desperate, you will do anything for money, you will do anything to go and build houses in your village. Because of that, you sell your soul and your conscience. You are working for Fulani, you don't know it. As BBC Igbo is. BBC Igbo is working for Fulani. Only an idiot cannot see it. I warned you 4 years ago. I told you that people ask us, "Oh, why do you do what you do?" We said we are always on the offensive because one day BBC will come. Any of you who can remember, I told you that there will come a time when BBC will come, and that time has come. And they have revealed themselves who they are. Unless you are intelligent, you will know that BBC is working for Fulani. You can never tell unless you have brain. People travel to overseas. They say, "Let's go." I got admission to go to some aviation institute in Florida to go and become a pilot. To go and become a pilot. My father said no because then. He was very, very much okay. He said no, that the fees are too cheap. Somebody said to my father, only those who plan to travel abroad are those who are not educated, those who couldn't pass JAMB and WAEC. I want to tell you something. I went to go to US. I had my admission to go and start to study to become a pilot. One day something occurred to me. And I said to my father, "I'm no longer going. Since you want me to prove to you how intelligent I am, I'm going to go to the best university you have around, which is UNN, Nsukka." And I did. I entered Nsukka. And after a while, I said to my father, "I now want to go to Britain." My father said, "Why do you want to go to England?" I said, "Because that is where our problem started from. I want to understand how these people, a few of them, they went up to 50. They came down, they went to Ghana. They recruited the black people from Ghana to come and help them conquer their fellow black people in Badagry." I said to my father, "I want to go there to understand the way they reason." That was why I went to England to go and study. And today we know. You have to be a fool not to understand what BBC is doing. You have to be a complete idiot not to know their game plan. One day they bring somebody like somebody they know we all respect, revere, and love very much. And another they don't bring one Efulefu working for Fulani. That is what they do. You don't know them, that is what they do. It is their job. It takes people who can reason to understand this. You have your senses you have to be switched on for you to know their game plan. That their plan is to overrun us. Their plan, the plan of BBC and all the rest of them is to help, as they did during the war, as they did between 67 and 70, is to help them to overrun us. As they did the reason why they stopped winning commission was to weaken us, to divide us, to create Niger Delta. You go back in history, you will see their pattern of divide and rule and destruction. And then you will understand it very well. But we are saying this to them today, that we are better dead than alive. Instead of us to remain in the zoo called Nigeria, they better kill all of us. They have to kill all of us because we can never belong to Nigeria. It is impossible. We can never do it. We have started and there's no going back. There is no going back. Not today, not tomorrow. The people talk about, our people, they don't have access to proper education. That is the problem that an average Nigerian has. They have no proper access to decent, qualitative education. They will understand it. For them to understand what we are doing, go and read the history of freedom fighting and of liberation movement all over the world. Go and study it from top to bottom. They always start with the ragtag army, from Chairman Mao to, should I say, from Washington to Chairman Mao to Fidel Castro, to all of them. They always start that way. But when this glory and victory comes, then we can sit back and rewrite history, if we choose to do. In the zoo called Nigeria, a governor came out single-handedly, introduced Islamic rule in Zamfara. In a so-called secular and an idiot is standing up somewhere and talking about Nigeria. Let us work together for Nigeria. I don't understand the planet. These are the people planted by the Janjaweed. These are the same people. Their type was the reason why Hausa land fell. Their type was the reason why Wadi fell. Their type was the reason why TV fell. Their type is the reason why Jukun. All of these places collapsed to cattle headers in the national man, cattle rearers, stark illiterates. Go and look at our news during the war. If you want to know how evil BBC is, go and look at our news during the war. Analyze BBC coverage of Biafran war. You will shed tears. You will know they are evil. They are the ones that came and said, 1 million people died of starvation. They never gave the accurate figures of those that died during the war. As to be near, over 5 million people died as a result of British wickedness. Britain said there should be no supply of arms to either side. Don't sell arms to Biafra, don't sell arms to Nigeria. But Britain went behind our back, went to Russia, negotiated with Russia so that Russia can supply arms to Nigeria. Are you aware of that? Look at the map of Nigeria. Have you ever seen, if you bring any country in the world and you want to do north, south, east, and west, you divide it equally? Do you know that Britain helped Fulani to the extent whereby into our own land today, there are 3 local governments in Benue. 3 local governments in Benue, they are Igbo people. Conk Igbo, they speak Igbo language. But today, they are part of Fulani North. Are you aware of that? Listen, people say, when they used to accuse us of being disrespectful to elders, and I ask them, you are an elder, you claim you have PhD, you studied in Oxford, Cambridge, everywhere else. How come you allowed 3 local governments from your land to be given to Janjaweed for free in Benue? Nobody can answer that question to you today. That was why we said they don't know what they're doing. They don't love our people. They claim they do, but they don't. The reason why they do what they do is just to get money from Janjaweed, to build upstairs, to answer minister, to answer this, honorable and excellency, that is all. The love of the people is not in their heart. They never loved our people. If I lived in their time, do you think I will allow our land to be balkanized? Do you think I will allow any stupid commission to draw boundary? What they do is that when they come to your state, as they have now done to Mahi, they say, make Ebonyi state Islamic state, we'll give you presidency. And the idiot is busy making it an Islamic state. Very busy, trying all he can to make it. He made an announcement today that only if we see any children driving cattle in Ebonyi state, you will be arrested. How about the adults with AK-47? This is how they get into our people. And I expect somebody as learned, a man that I used to respect. So people should be learned enough to understand when their land is under danger of occupation. Because the only thing that will stop the Fulani Janjaweed is Atlantic Ocean. And now, of course, IPOB. And now IPOB, and they know it very well. Are we, some idiots come on the right, show us arms. Show us the army. If you want to know if we have anything or not, ask the Zoo Army and DSS. Ask them how they're getting it. Then they're the ones to tell you, not me. Because anything I say live on air will be used against me. And of course, you know that. Ask them why they are doing their Gragra show in the afternoon, not at night. Forget all that nonsense siren in the afternoon, making noise. Come out at night, and we'll show you who we are. Mad people everywhere. A governor has made you Zam. So if your child is in Zamfara, let's say they transfer you to Zamfara, all of a sudden your child will now start operating under Islamic calendar. And the fools that some of you are, you come out and say, oh, what Nigeria? Nigeria, let's work for Nigeria. And I anyway, the same way that some of your ancestors said, don't stop slavery because you're making money out of it. Never you dare stop slavery. It doesn't surprise me. It doesn't surprise me. A black man and a black mind is self-destructive. Self-destructive. And I'm very, very happy that Pastor Chris or Yakidome at last, that is to tell you the depth and the importance of our broadcast. When we make our broadcast, people sometimes they it's too outlandish, too outrageous. But when you go back and you sit down and you reason, you come to the same conclusion that we have come to. Because we see things that ordinary human beings cannot see. Way before they see it. Pastor Chris Oyakilome is not saying something that I've been saying all this while. He listened to our broadcast, he went and did his research, he found out it's the truth. And very few black people can do that. Very few black people can come out and say, yes, what that those people are saying is the truth, and I'll follow them. Somebody left their land, came and named you black, which means everything ugly and black under the sun. And I read a comment, somebody challenging Pastor Chris Oyakilome, saying, you don't say that, I'm black. You know, when you see a babu, when you see a black monkey, when you see a monkey, an African that is so backward in his reasoning, you wonder, did God waste his time creating such an evil person? Did you name yourself black? A white man named you black. Why did they name you black? Because they say you don't like light. You're backwards. You are evil. There is no light where you are. And you're fighting. I say, oh, I'm black. Don't say that I'm black. Because over the years, you have been conditioned to reason like the idiot you are. That is why, despite all your, ask yourself this question. I started by, when I left UNN and went back home and I said to my father, you must send me to England. My father said, why? I said, how can I be in a university? Reading geography. I don't know what an igneous rock looks like. For one day, I never went for a field trip. Everything is theory, on paper, in class, showing you diagrams. I said to my father, what sort of nonsense is that? The university is meant to be a place where you will go to and you will see everything, you will learn everything, they radicalize you, you think like you question everything. At the university, they're asking professor, sir. I went to a university, my supervising professor was Dr. James Chiriakanda. I used to call him James. If you call him Dr. Chiriakanda, you tell him, no, don't call me doctor, call me James. That's how close we were. My supervisor of my project, I can never forget. This is where they teach you to reason, to learn. The most important thing the white man never taught African people is how to reason and to reason critically. How to reason. Yeah, I was shocked when I saw Pastor Chris's video. I was flabbergasted. I said, what? Yes, exactly what I had lectured on Radio Biafra. He did his own research. He even brought out other points that I never knew concerning this name, black, that they gave to you, and you're answering with pride. Typical black people. And now in Zamfara is Islamic State. Now, if a governor, let's say for instance, Let's say, for instance, one governor. Let's say IYKE now were to come out to say every school in River State will now operate under a Christian calendar. They'll call for his head immediately. But they're doing it in the north, and nobody's talking. In other words, the zoo has been divided already. You are operating a multi-system sham, not even democracy. That's what you have. And only IPOB has the mind, the presence of mind to challenge and to bring your stupidity before your eyes so you can see properly. Do you know why we are different? You know, sometimes, not from all the time, we lament when, all these forces of darkness converge against us. But we don't stop there. We know that if we rely on Zoom newspapers to carry our news, we'll be like, we'll be dead like Masop is. Or should I say Bim, not Masop, Bim. They rely on people to carry the news for them. I want you to understand the reason why we preach regularly on the inconsistency. After all, you go, the same Bible that you have, God bring out your Bible. Every Sunday, before you were born, your ancestors were, I wouldn't say ancestors, your great-grandfathers were going to church with the same Bible. Pastors have been preaching from the same Bible every Sunday, and then after about 20 years ago, every Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, the same Bible. They preach it every blessed week. You still go to church. You're not tired. Are you tired? Because they want you to learn. When you go to school, you start from kindergarten. Maybe you do it for about 2 years, from the age of 4 to the age of 6, and then from the age of 6 to the age of 12, you are in primary school. From the age of 12 to the age of 18, O levels and A levels. You're still learning. Until you're in your mid-20s, you're university, you are still learning. For nearly 20-something years, you're learning. But somebody wants to listen to Radio Biafra for 2-3 days and then tell you, oh, please, give us arms, let's go to war. So we can build another useless black African country. Then you're insane. That is why we educate you. That's why we lecture you. That is why we tutor you. That is why we enlighten you, so that your brains can be open so you can understand. People say, oh, he insults people. Why wouldn't I insult you if you're foolish? Why wouldn't I insult you if you are hopeless? I ask. If you're foolish, of course, you'll be insulted. Do you think there are people who are going to sugarcoat what we say so you will feel better? So you will feel better? I want to know what's happening. They said the app goes and comes back. I don't know what it's supposed to mean. I have no idea what that's supposed to mean, that it goes and comes back. I want to know precisely what is happening. Say it goes and it comes. I don't know what is happening. I have no idea. But from here, all our systems are go. It is absolutely fine. You refresh your system, you turn off your phone perhaps and reboot your phone. It should be okay. I am not getting any complaints. I am not getting any other complaints, so I believe that the app is okay. Which is IPOB Community Radio. Now, to tell you how clever Fulani people are, they think that, it's Britain that is giving them all the brain. They think they are clever. They think they are very smart. What they want to do is to subdue everybody, so that what they do is that the army and the police is the advanced party of the Janjaweed, Boko Haram, the advanced party of ISIS in West Africa. That is what they do. The police and the army you see every day is to soften you up. The real army of darkness is coming behind them. It's coming behind them. Remember Jos. Some of you don't know the history of Jos. Go and study Jos very well. It took them many years to subdue Jos. I think it's the Biron people. They have been subdued. Now they're going to get an emir in Jos. That is the way they work. They spend years, Fulani is very patient, they spend years putting pressure on you, direct and indirect pressure. In the meantime, they'll be leading election. They'll be influencing who is your PG, who will emerge your socio-cultural leader, who is your governor, who is your senator. At a particular time, every of your senator, every governor, as they have done now, in the whole of Biafra land, with the exception of IYKE, every governor in your land, and of course, with Emmanuel, who is doing very well in Akwa Ibom, with the exception of those people, every other person is in their pocket. If you thought they say we'll remove you, and you start panicking, and for you to stay in power, remain relevant, to be answering Excellency and be controlling billions of naira, worthless naira, you do anything they ask you to do. Anything. That is why people are killed Innocent people are killed. None of the governors ever rose up to condemn what happened. They cannot speak. That tells you who their master is. But EHDK was bombing Boko Haram, a certified terrorist group, killing, bombing, and maiming people all over the place in the north. Buhari came out and said an attack against Boko Haram is an attack against the north. Very, very open. They voted for him and he won. But look at the type of politicians you have. With the exception of Abaribe, look at the people you have. They killed their own children in front of their eyes. People that committed no crime. But because how can you promise 7 governors the president at the same time? And they all know they will promise something, all of them together. And they are now working as much as possible to outdo each other in terms of how they sabotage their own people. And these are the people you want us to respect. You want us to respect people that their own people are being killed and they kept quiet. You want us to respect them. Now you know. If you want to know the difference between a man and a weasel, if you want to know an Abuja sponsored politician, go and look at all of them. It was only Abaribe that spoke. Only Abaribe that said something sensible. Look at, have they said anything? And these are the people you want us to vote for to become the. You want us to vote for these people who couldn't utter a word when the people were being killed. These are the people you want us to make president. That time they will tell them, if you want to go for second term, go and kill all of your youth. Go and kill IPAB. They will come and they will do it. If you see this slaughter of IPAB family members in Enugu, is a two-edged sword. Now I want you to tell me who amongst all the idiots doubting they want to be president, who amongst them is qualified if you cannot speak up against injustice against your own people? You want to be president? Come now, let us see who wants to be president. By then anyway, the Biafra will stand on his own. They are wasting their time. No wonder they're sabotaging it. Somebody, because of your presidential ambition, you don't want Biafra to come. You don't want people to be free. You want us to be suffering, all because you and your family, you want to answer head of state of Nigeria. Because of that, we must suffer. Because of that, we must continue to endure Fulani Janjaweedism because of one man's ambition to be president. And in this case, should I say 7 men? Because they go about, distributing it like a confetti, flying it all over the place. Oh, you want to be president of Nigeria? It's your turn, Igbo man, it's your turn. Yes, because of that, you will be president. Yes, but now, give us a Mietiara settlement in your village. And they willingly they give. They say, oh, there's a way to do it. You need to be strategic. Strategize in what? Are you more intelligent than Azikiwe? Are you more intelligent than Azikiwe? They outmaneuvered him. As learned, as wise as Azikiwe was, they managed to outmaneuver him. Talk about a wretched idiot with a bot degree from somewhere that forgot his boxer shorts in the north. As somebody said, well, perhaps when they are a bit normal, when their backside is a bit normal, they talk sense. Once their backside has been opened up in Katsina and in Sokoto, they start talking rubbish. Mad people everywhere. Mad people everywhere. Of course, it will not surprise me at all. If our app is under attack, we're sleeping from them. But in the end, we always prevail. We always prevail. People are listening and they're saying it is fine, that it's okay. That's what I'm hearing. So everybody writing about this is wasting their time, of course. That is Sharia coming. Not even Sharia, Islam is coming your way. You see their tweet and you see their game. You all see it, but you keep quiet. When IPOB says, oh, go and kill them, and some of you are jumping up and down. You think we will forgive and forget? You've got to be joking. You've got to be dreaming. Because we can never, ever forgive and forget. It is impossible. Absolutely impossible. You must understand that. You must understand that. You must. That's what I do. There is security alert in our place, please. Inoko Ako Ohafia in Ohafia LGA. In Ohafia LGA. Yesterday and today, there was a Toyota Camry car with a tinted glass, escorted by 2 army military vans loaded with armed Fulani soldiers, patrolling the village of Okon Ako every morning around 10 o'clock, taking live video and pictures of the environment as they patrol on their convoy. I want our people to know, all of you in Ohafia, to take note of this very people who are perambulating, we also understand that some Ifulefis in Enugu may be responsible going door to door and pointing at homes where people are living. Our people must be very, very careful. They will only come in the afternoon, they cannot come at night, because if they come at night, they know they will never go. They know they can never ever go. They understand that very, very well. That is why they are doing all they can to make sure they arrest many people in the afternoon. These are murderers and killers. That is why they are terrorists. Anybody you see in army or police uniform is a terrorist. I am warning you now, they are all terrorists and they must be treated like terrorists. The merchants of terror that they are, that is the treatment that they deserve, and we will not stop in our campaign until the world recognizes that Nigerian army and police are terrorists in uniform. Even worse. Anybody doubting you, go and show them the video of the carnage, because they specialize in killing unarmed civilians. That's what they do. Look around, they run away, they go and look for Chad, they beg Cameroon, they beg Niger, please come and help us. America, give us a helicopter, please come and help us. When it comes to unarmed civilians, you see them, they are busting and jumping all over the place, because that is Fulani's motto. The way they operate, they intimidate, they subdue, they terrorize, and they take over our land. That's what they do. But not in Biafra land, they cannot do that. And they know that very, very well. They know that very, very well. The governor of Enugu State, where the massacre of innocent people happened, has been told, he's been told by Abaribe, Senator Abaribe, the only man left standing. The only man left standing. The rest are lily-livered cowards who should have no business with politics. It's our turn, our presidency, rubbish, spreading their money everywhere, thinking they're going to deceive us again. You are dreaming. All of you are dreaming. It doesn't matter. You take your stupid presidency and put it where the sun doesn't shine. You are all dreaming. If they can kill your people, you cannot speak. You want to come and contest for president. Let us see where you're going to go and do the campaign. Let us see where you do the campaign. Mad people everywhere. I've told Enugu State Governor to institute a panel of inquiry. If they are going to do it, we do not know. Nobody has an idea, but they have been told to try and institute a panel of inquiry to look into what happened. He was the only man that spoke. Look at the rest of them. Senator this, Senator that. I want to contest for Anambra. I want to contest for him. Look at all of them. They say, they didn't say a word. They are afraid if we say something now, we will damage our chances. You see the way they reason. But we stood behind Abaribe, and they did all their nonsense. Abaribe returned with almost 95% of the votes. I don't know what's wrong with her. I don't know what is wrong with them. You're so frightened of Fulani Janjaweed that you cannot speak the truth because you want political office. Mad people everywhere. The Senate minority leader in Abaribe on Tuesday condemned the alleged killings of evil use in Enugu State by some security operatives. He said the killings of Gribo have given room to wide suspicion of a sinister. Of course, there's always been a sinister motive. They compressed the economy of the East, so we have to travel abroad to look for greener pastures. If you're lucky, you get a visa. If not, you head to Lagos or you head to Abuja, you head to Kaduna, you head to Zaria, you head to Sokoto, you go to Kanu or you go to Maiduguri. That's what they have done very cleverly. Now, since we have defied all their attempts to depopulate our land, to bring in Janjaweed from across the Sahel, they have resorted to killing people. And that is what we are resisting. Everybody said there must be, and it will not cost the Enugu governor anything. He is no longer seeking for re-election. So I see no reason why he should not be able to constitute a panel of inquiry. And nobody can impeach him because if they try it, they know what to come their way. It will never, ever, ever happen. So we do not know what is happening.
All right, with that, I'm going to open up the line for you to make your calls. But please pay attention. I'll keep airing this. I'm not going to stop. If you call in, maybe I can pause it and then listen to whatever you have to say. This is Radio Biafra USA 2. My lines are open at 646-920-4541, 845-344-7984, 929-406-9953. This is a repeat broadcast from our leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. It was done on, I think, September last year, 26th. Yes, I can see the date here. I'm not really sure of this date, but however, it's a repeat broadcast from our leader, Mazi Kanu, currently incarcerated. Don't forget that Tuesday is a great day. He's going to be in court on Tuesday in Abuja, and a total lockdown in Biafra land is ordered on that day. Solidarity, we have to keep staying and staying and staying and making sure that we all gather together to support our leader. So I'm going to continue with this broadcast, but please, if you have anything to say, just call me and I'll pause it and I'll take your call. This is
I do not know. I do not know. Please, very, very important that our people understand this, that the Enugu state governor has been told, go and constitute a panel of inquiry, and they must do it to find out. We want to prove to the world what happened. But I'm sure the Fulanis will let him. We want to prove to the world what happened in Enugu. We want to let the world understand that the Zoo army and police, that they are terrorists. Zoo is Nigeria. That they are terrorists. These are the things that the world must bear in mind. And that is why we must remain resolute and relentless. The time now is top of the hour. A minute past 8 p.m. in the blessed land of Biafra. We are live and we are direct. And the whole world is listening. The whole world, our people must be very, very careful. And always video them. Always take pictures of them. Very, very important. Anytime you see, take these videos from a safe distance. Very, very important. Wherever you see them, you must take their videos. Because they have a habit of lying and denying the atrocities that they commit. Very evil. They want to do all these things. Go to your villages now. Most of the forests, you have Fulani settlements there. Some of you living in Enugu, you cannot tell me you have not seen them. When you travel to other places, do you live in the bush? We are in Oduduwa territory. We are in Janjaweed. We are in Hausa land. Are we not? Can't our people reason? Do we live in the forest? They come to our land. They go to the forest. They take it by force. So in a few years' time, they will tell us that we must have an emir, the emir of our people. And because of somebody's stupidity, the same thing we are suffering today, because of Azikwe's stupidity, see where we are today. Azikwe wanted to be prime minister of one Nigeria. Because of that, he showed our people, look at the mess we are in today. Look at the mess he left us with. The same rubbish is about to repeat itself. And our people are busy talking rubbish. Presidency. Go and look at the history of colonialism. Those that fought to end colonial rule. Look at what they did to Zik. If you don't have any brain, go and check it very well. He was there and they killed him. Did the world fall to pieces? The answer is no. Fulani took over. I want our people to reason, please. Go and reason very, very well. And this very evening, you know these people, we are prepared. If you are a Biafran, if you're a Biafran, or an Igbo man, woman, army or police or DSS, and they send you and you run out, you're coming. What are you? Because they have promised you promotion. You will die. You will die. Because anybody in that uniform is seen as a janjaweed. Once you're in that uniform and you're outside, you're seen as a janjaweed. That is who you are to. You're a terrorist to us. For your information. For your information. Now let me tell you precisely what they are reporting, so that the world may know and bear us witness. And I want this news to be put everywhere, so that the Fulefu and their parents will know. Most of them, their father is from the north, and they fathered them, and they gave birth to rubbish, a lineage of nonsense. Nigerian army cautions soldiers over alleged killings of DSS operatives by IPOB members, directs them to wear mufti in public. The Nigerian army is saying, do not wear your uniform outside your barracks. We don't want you to be attacked by IPOB. Anything that happens to you is your business. Even if you're wearing mufti, we know you. Once you're a soldier, we'll find you, we'll know where you are. If you're in a public transport, you're gone. Wherever we find it, copy what I'm saying. Send it to Trump, send it to Pompeo, send it to Elizabeth, send it to David Cameron. Is what I'm saying. If we find you anywhere, you are a gunner. You are gone. For killing unarmed people. Almost every 6 months, you must kill people who are unarmed. Innocent people. And now you want to wear mufti and come outside. That's what it was reported by Sahara reporters. In an internal signal dispatched to different formations unit commanders, the Nigerian army asked all troops to be on their alert and to avoid individual movement in uniforms outside the barracks. If what does that tell you? Okoko, what does that tell you? They know. They know. Do you know, we don't fight like cowards. We tell you what we're going to do before we do it. So you know, that's who we are. And we are telling them, even if you wear mufti and you have started something you cannot finish. The police commissioner in Enugu State, the DSS director in Enugu State, the army, 82 division, you have started something you can never ever finish. How many are you people? Do you outnumber us? Even if you recruit every Fulani Janjaweed into the army, do you outnumber Biafran people? You know you don't. No, you don't. You don't. They are warning them. They are warning them not to come to wear mufti. But if we see them, we will know them. It doesn't matter if you're Igbo, you are a Joy, you are Ibibio or Efik. Once you are with them, you are an enemy of the people, and you suffer for it. So if you like wear mufti, if you like disguise yourselves as women and come out and do, you can wear wig. That is the running thing now in Abuja. Mask. Aisha's boyfriend, they have 4 types of masks they can give him to wear to deceive all of you gullible fools. You cannot deceive us. You cannot deceive us. You cannot deceive us. Publish this news, please, from some reporters. You're questioning your soldiers because of us. You have said something you cannot finish. Every time we'll be on our own, you'll be coming to kill us. Every time you see people, you kill. And what is wrong with you? Because you want to take over our land? You want to take over the land of Biafra? Is that what you think? Nnamdi Kanu is alive and you think you will take over Biafra land? In your dreams, all of you, you are all dreaming. Both you, all of you, your fellow Efulefus, the traitors who are within, you are all dreaming. And all of the fake accounts, all of the idiots you have contracted in Russia to be churning out fake accounts, writing rubbish, you have all failed. All of you have failed. You are wasting your money. You are wasting it. Well, you have tried before to stop us. Did you succeed? You have tried. That was why you brought BBC Igbo, to see if BBC Igbo can confuse some idiots from questionable lineage. Have you succeeded? Have you succeeded? No, you cannot succeed. Not now, not tomorrow, not tomorrow. Anybody who thinks that we are going to relent, you are dreaming. The more you kill us, the more formidable we become. The angrier we become. And the more the level of consequence you have to bear when the time comes. When the time comes, people who are reasonable see how they speak, see how they talk. Insecurity. Buhari, of course, is the Fulani government. Buhari, everybody knows that Buhari is dead. Yoruba should carry licensed guns. Ghanaian Adams Council. If it is a Biafra now saying this, you see every manner of idiot. The only reason why I hated our people going to the north before the war was because of the nonsense they gave birth to. Hausa and Yoruba land. Rubbish. They gave birth to nonsense with Biafran names. Ghanaian Adams, his council is saying that allow people to carry guns. If you say they will now call Omahi, they will call the governor. So, are you there? What are you doing? Do something. Remember, you're going to be the president. They know it's a lie. You know you're going to be the president of Nigeria, His Excellency. Are you there? The head of state, commander-in-chief, are you there? This is an ordinary, useless, bloated governor. Are you there? Do something. The idiot will come out and issue a useless press release. Now you can see it. People are now canvassing for guns to be carried in the open. To stop who? To stop Fulani. Fulani, for nearly 220 years, they have been on the march, non-stop, until they get to Atlantic. That is their mission. But a Fulefu can never see it. A Fulefu wants money. A Fulefu wants money because they know that being a sabo pays. After the war, when we allowed people like Papa Biasika to live, was the greatest mistake we ever made. Papa Biasika. What they did, what Papa Biasika's presence did was to embolden saboteurs, sabo and traitors, to embolden them, to know that there is a reward. Because Fulani is always willing to pay. Once you come out to betray your people, Fulani will pay you very well. And that's what they're doing. And that is why they can never go scot-free. God is out. They know now. Don't they know that? They know that dead men and women walking. They understand that very clearly. They know that very well. If the zoo army is crying, how about an ordinary wretched cockroach? How about ordinary wretched? We are not going to stop anyway. And everybody knows that. They are saying, we want to carry arms. Yoruba is saying, allow us to carry arms. And I will tell you the reason why later on. I will tell you the reason why later Yoruba is asking to carry arms, begging that they want to carry arms. Because our people will need to understand what these guys have in store for us. What they have in store for us. That the world may know that the Fulani have come to conquer. And Britain is aiding and abetting them. Britain is the one supporting them, moving them and pushing them forward. Go and conquer. Go and conquer. That guarantees free access to oil and gas. That's why they're doing what they're doing. Don't you know that? That is why they're doing what they're doing. And they have failed, and they will continue to fail. Now, Yoruba Ganyadans is saying, the Generalissimo of Yoruba land is saying, allow us to carry guns to defend ourselves. Because you can see Fulani with his cattle, they have AK-47. They have, you'll be asking yourself, how can somebody who is moving cattle have gone from where? Supplied by the Nigerian army, protected by the Nigerian police. Do you understand that? Why would somebody moving cattle from place to place have AK-47? Why? Because you don't know that they are coming to conquer you.
If you have an iPad here and you have access to the internet right here, I will just invite you, please go online straight away and go to wikipedia.org, Wikipedia, and type into the search engine Abuja Declaration 1989. And this information will come up. Islam in Africa held a conference in Abuja in 1989. At the end of it, they issued a declaration, and it goes to eradicate in all its forms and ramifications all non-Muslim religions in member nations. Such religions shall include Christianity. Now please note that word. To eradicate in all its forms and ramifications. Now Nigeria is a member nation. All non-Muslim religions, such religions shall include Christianity. The word Christianity in the communique was underlined. To ensure only Muslims are elected to all political posts of member nations, to ensure the appointment of only Muslims into strategic national and international posts of member nations, to ensure the ultimate replacement of all Western forms of legal and judicial systems with the Sharia. Then to make sure that this strategy works, because it's going to require money. Babangida, as the self-appointed president of Nigeria, put his hand into the treasury of Nigeria, took $21 billion out and gave it to OIC, to the Islamic Development Fund of OIC, and said, take this money for the total, I'm quoting, for the total Islamization of Nigeria in particular and Africa in general. Babangida paid $21 billion of our money to turn Nigeria into an Islamic nation. And they have started. Boko Haram, don't look at it as something that is isolated to the northeast. It is meant to cover the entire nation until Christianity is eradicated in all its forms and ramifications. There are two ideologies inside the Nigerian constitution. Let me show you something. Sharia is mentioned in your constitution 73 times. Islam, 28 times. Grand Qadi, 54 times. Muslim, 10 times in the Nigerian Constitution 1999. There is no single mention of Christ in the Nigerian Constitution. No single mention of Christian in the Nigerian Constitution. No single mention of Christianity in the Nigerian Constitution. No single mention of church in the Nigerian Constitution. Now I ask you, sir, I ask you, ma, is your country an Islamic state, a Christian state, or a secular state? Which one is Nigeria? There is an Islamic agenda for Nigeria. In 1983, OIC held a strategy meeting in London. And at that meeting, they strategized how to turn the whole of Africa into an Islamic continent. The reason of OIC is that Africa is the only continent that has the largest population of Muslims in the world. Therefore, the entire continent should be Islamic. They produced a 322-page document. After that strategy session, 156 pages focused on Nigeria.
All right. With that, let me taking some calls that are coming in. Caller on WhatsApp, are you there? Tell us your name and where you're calling from.
Mazi, good morning.
Good morning. Welcome to the program.
Yes, my name is Ifeanyi. Mazi, let me pray for our leader.
Yeah, well.
Okay. Amaram na epori ihe niile. Amaram na adịghị egbochi nzube ke sitere na gị. Amaram n'ịbụ Chukwu. Chukwu okike abịama, onye pụrụ ime ihe niile. Anyị na-ekene gị, anyị na-asọpụrụ gị n'ihi na ịbụ Chukwu n'eziokwu. Edeghị agbanwe Chukwu, otu ịdịta otu aka ị na-adị ruo mgbe ebighị ebi. Anyị na-asọpụrụ gị n'ihi ndụ nke ị nyere anyị taa. Na-asọpụrụ na ndụ nke ị nyere ọbụnadị onye ndu anyị Maazị Nnamdi Kanu. Na amamihe nke ị nyere Chukwu okike abịama. Wee sị ya pụta ka o jere gị ozi a, ozi nke ịkpọrọ ya ka o jere gị. Ya mere anyị na-ekwubi okwu na mgbe awa n'isi onye isi anyị bụ Maazị Nnamdi Kanu. N'ebe ọbụla ọ nọ, agụ Chukwu okike abịama ga-agba ya ume. Ị ga-enyere ya aka mee ka ụzọ ya zie ezie. N'ebe ọbụla ọ nọ, ọbụnadụ unu ikpe nke ọ gaji ịga n'ụbọchị na-abịa abịa, izuụka na-abịa, Chukwu okike abịama, ihe ị naghị emenwu anaghị apụtanwu ipe na ebe ndị gị nọ. Ya mere anyị na-asị gị Chukwu okike abịama ka inye aka, buru ụzọ kpee azụ n'ebe ọ nọ. Ọbụnadụ mgbe ndị iro na-ekuni Chineke anyị, ndị iro ndị Biafra na-ekuni onye nwe anyị, ka ha ncha ma ya n'ụla mgbe ọbụla. Mgbe ọ ga-aga ụlọ ikpe a, onye ezi omume, anyị na-ekwubi okwu si na ọbụnadụ onye ọkaikpe ahụ, ị ga-etinye okwu gị n'ọnụ ya. Ifere ga-eme ndị iro, ndị ọbụla ga-ejekwa n'ụlọ ikpe ahụ na ndị ga-esi ebe dị iche iche wee jee. Anyị na-ekwubikwa okwu na agụ Chukwu okike abịama ga-echekwawa ha. Ndị iro agaghị afụ ha. Ebe ọbụla ha na-aga, ndị iro agaghị afụ ha. Chukwu okike abịama, anyị na-asị gị ka emee uche gị n'ihe niile. Anyị kwuru na mmeri ga-abụ nke anyị. Ụtụtụ ehihie anyasị, mmeri ga-abụ nke anyị. Ahịa n'ọnụ ụbọchị na-anọ, mmeri ga-abụ nke anyị. Chukwu okike abịama, anyị na-asị gị mere onwe gị aha n'ebe nwa ori nwoke bụ Nnamdi Kanu nọ. Ka ihe niile e kwuru n'isi ma ọ bụ amụma niile ịma n'isi ka ọ pụta ihe. Ihe ndị a ka anyị na-arịọ gị. Kwere na ị ga-emere anyị n'aha Chukwu okike abịama. Ise. Maazị, ndewo.
Thank you so much. Hello, this is Radio Biafra USA 2. The lines are still open for you. Make your calls if you have anything to say.
Jesus, Udara, Wanu, Jesus, Udara, Wanu, Jesus, Udara, Wanu, Yahweh, Odigonye, Dikaki, Shama, Weronye, Hirigi, Yahweh, there is no God like you. Every time you praise your name, oh Lord, Jesus, we praise your name. Your love is sweeter than honey. Jesus, your love that supersedes all the pleasures of this world. Yahweh, no one can be like you. You are the friend I need. Why should I worry? Why should I complain? When I had you last that I'm in aim. I don't have to worry what tomorrow holds. You are so faithful and true. So I got my true chineke me. Oh, I got my true chineke. Jesus, Udara, Wando, Yahweh, Odigonye, Dikaki, Shama, Weronye, Hirigi, Yahweh, there is no God like you, Jesus, Udara.
All right, that's our leader goes to court on Tuesday. Please pray for him. Pray for him. First, if you know how to fast, go ahead and do that because he's going to be in court on that day and we want justice to be done. We'll pray to it and we'll make sure that we focus on that and he will come out victorious. Don't worry for a minute. It's just a prisoner of conscience and delaying the hands of time. But you know something? No matter where they go, Biafra is here to stay regardless of what they think. I have a call on WhatsApp line. I mean, a caller on Principal Officer's line. Tell us your name and where you're calling from. Good morning from here.
Good afternoon, son of Biafra.
Welcome to
the land of the freedom, home of the free.
There well.
This is I want to ask a question, eh? Yes. You know, this tapes you've been playing remind me of so many things. But I know in the other side of it, many of them are crying because their mother and their grandmother is dead and all that. It's great for them. And the question is this. There's someone who has imagined out as an experiment, you know, from the East, who said he wants to create Nigeria again and make it a heaven on earth. And I want to ask him a question. Is he not hearing that the person he locked up somewhere in the garage of DSS, is he not hearing that that same person told him that he sleep with the fellow man? Can't he come up boldly and use this opportunity to arrest Nnamdi Kanu the second time and take him to court? So that the whole world will know that he has himself cleaned up from all this state of death that we have written him in. You know? Because what I'm saying is that people never knew what he has committed. And all of them are shouting. They need to come down and use something, drop that 7 count and start off with this. Since they like dropping, minus and adding. They should take this one, for instance, since they don't have evidence of bringing their father from the grave of Saudi Arabia, Buhari, to come and defend himself that he's still alive. Let him use this idiot that is still alive and challenging Nnamdi Kanu. Are they not using their senses again? I think they are smarter than Nnamdi Kanu. Why they will come out and say it that Peter is not a pedophile or maybe a homosexual? More people everywhere. Not to end it up. I want to say something. These people who are sabotaging, I know the word sabotage is not really a big one for us to get scared of. But those people who think what we are doing is not making any meaning in the life of the politicians. I want them also to come out and see what is playing on from the old records. There has been a broken heart and a contrite spirit cause laid on this idiot, this grandmother that is dead. And tomorrow again, you see one idiot stand on the pulpit to say, let us pray for the soul of animal. Or a useless animal. Very useless idiot everywhere. If I had been able to I'm everywhere. That is what they want to show. Now, you anyone money about. Bye bye.
Thank you so much. All right, this is Radio Biafra. We are here taking calls, and whatever they say, our leader has made it very clear to them.
Any day, anybody can prove me wrong that Buhari is alive. I swear before the Almighty in heaven, I will abandon the station for Biafra. I say it again tonight. Anybody who can get that thing in Asarok to come out and to say, I am Buhari, I will abandon, I will come out publicly, I will apologize, I will rent my clothes, and I will abandon Biafra.
Who can say that more than that? Who can say something better than that? Oh yeah, Potano, if you think he is joking, come out and declare that you are Buhari. Make Uchi an awful. Caller, good morning. I have a call coming in on WhatsApp line. Tell us your name and where you're calling from.
Shabbat shalom, Mazi IYKE.
There, welcome
to Thank you, sir. I'm very, very appreciative for this repeating of that Yoruba pastor you made now. You know, this is something that passed almost 2-3 years. But now, can you see that some of our Easterners, like Hope, Uzodema, and APC telling us that we should do this or that. And there now you see that these white men call themselves northern regions have already known about the Nigerian constitution. There you see this APC Muslim ticket. And there you see even they have already been washing somebody like that idiot or himself, the governor of Imo State, giving him the audio that it does not mean. Yes, we already know their plan. My dear brother, we are waiting them with those who colonize us on behalf of we are blind. You colonize us, we are blind. And also you are stealing a blind person. My dear brother, it shall never be well with these British people. It shall never, they are picking pocket. Honestly speaking, why this Radio Biafra is out and giving us a remembrance is like, we will never give up. Oh, hey Biafra. God bless you, sir.
God bless you too. All right, thank you so much. This is Radio Biafra. The lines are still open for you at 64692045541, 845-344-7984-929-406-9953. We are still taking calls and have a call coming in on straight line. Caller, good morning. Tell us your name and where you're calling from. All right, that line just dropped itself. I don't know what happened, but we're still, the lines are still open for you. Make your calls as much as you can. We have limited time to run on this program, so if you want to call me, you could do so now before it's too late.
Afenifere.
I'm a chieftain of the Afenifere. I am a member of the National Caucus of Afenifere. And that is, of course, the highest policy body of the Afenifere. And in addition to that, I'm a member of the National Executive of the Afenifere, and only 9 of us, we run the Afenifere as an organization. And make no mistake, Afenifere is a social political organization that has, over the time, 71 years, given birth to the Action Group, the UPN, the AD, So we are very comfortable with our position.
All right, I want to take a call before I continue with that. Caller, good morning. Caller on WhatsApp, tell us your name and where you're calling from.
Thank you, Mazi PETERS. Good afternoon, sir. Can you hear me, sir?
Welcome to the program. Good morning.
Yeah, thank you, sir. Thank you for having me, Mazi PETERS. Thank you for your program this morning or this afternoon. I greet Biafrans worldwide. Mazi, allow me to appreciate Onyendu Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, the one and the only, the man who stands strong to defend his people. He say whatever it takes, he is equally to the task. I salute his courage. I say may his days belong on this earth. Long live Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, His Excellency. Long live IPOB. Long live United States of Biafra. Long live the US and long live ESN. Mazi, my name is Mazi Madabuchi. Mazi, I take this opportunity to salute you again for your time and your dedication. Thank you so much, Biafra. I appreciate you. Mazi, what I want to say here, you see, our leader Nnamdi Kanu, I've said it here before. You see, people don't know who Nnamdi Kanu is. And Nnamdi Kanu himself, to be frankly, Nnamdi Kanu don't know who he self is. Because this man is a messiah. To be frankly, Mazi, Nnamdi Kanu is a messiah. And people don't know. You see, when you have something, you can't value that thing. Only when you lose that thing that you will value it. Now, most of people don't value who this man is. They will value it later. Later, they will value Nnamdi Kanu when Biafra comes. Mazi, what made me to say this? Our leader make one broadcast one time. He said, if Britain did not leave Biafra, they will suffer. He said, God will destroy Britain. He said, God will suffer Britain. If they never stop pending for the Biafra issue, they will suffer. God will suffer them. See what is happening in Britain today. Do you see what is going on in Britain today? You see, whenever our leader says something, my brother, it must come to pass. If it didn't happen today, it will happen tomorrow. Do you know that Britain now be changing prime minister from one prime minister to another, almost 4 times prime minister? They're still never stable. This woman that come today, it may not last. It may not be the last one. They will change another one because they are looking for. They don't know what is happening. What is happening is because they're penning Biafra issue. If they leave Biafra, they will be okay. With doing this thing they are doing in Biafra, they will never ever find it easy. God will continue destroying Britain until they let Biafra go. Now the Royal Majesty, the monarch is gone. Now who is coming there now? Is his son. We don't know what role he's going to play. But anyway, we're waiting to see. Now, let me come for politics, Mazi. It's not that we don't like P2B. P2B is our brother. But what we are saying is we are not in politics. IPOB needs total freedom to liberate our people from the shackle of this evil country called Nigeria. If P2B goes there, he say we do miracle. He say we do magic. He say we do abracadabra. Okay, let's give him the benefit of that. Let God help him. Let him go there. Let's see what he's going to do. Now, many people that I have spoke to or I have talked to, Maz, what they are saying is this. They say it's not they are against Biafra. They are Biafran. They want Biafra to come. But they believe that if P2B goes there, it will make things easy so that Biafra will come easier. And I'm telling them that if P2B go there, it cannot do nothing about Biafra. It can never bring Biafra. P2B can never give you Biafra. P2B is going there. He says he's going to change Nigeria from top to bottom. He says he's going to do it. Okay. But what we are asking for is total liberation, total freedom. Freedom is what we are looking for, to be free. You know, people don't know the meaning of freedom. I've said it here. People don't know the meaning of freedom. They thought that freedom is give me today, tomorrow don't give me, it doesn't matter. No. What we are asking for is forever. You liberate yourself. You do your things accordingly, how you want it to be. That is what they call freedom. Not freedom that P2B go there in 4 years or 5 years time. It will be over. Then another person will go there and turn the whole table upside down. Is it freedom? No, it's not freedom. We are looking to get Biafra, and Biafra we shall get, no matter whatever it is. Biafra is coming. Mazi, we will remain strong and we will get Biafra. Mazi, thanks for having me. God bless you.
Very much. All right, thank you so much. Like I said before on this program, I've said it before and I'm saying it again. What they are doing is comedy. P2B or no P2B doesn't mean nothing. It doesn't mean anything. Is he more smarter than Nnamdi and the rest of them? And what is it? Has it been really? You know, like I told you, Asina, that's what Nigerians are doing. They are not interested in P2P or anybody trying to fix Nigeria. No, they are frustrated. They are tired. You remember Abiola? Nobody ever thought about that. Abiola didn't come into power because Nigerians loved him so much, and they just wanted a change. They wanted the army to go away. So anybody will kill Murungwere, but at that time he will always win, just as long as the army goes. That's exactly what is happening now. People are so frustrated with Nigeria, so frustrated that there's no way. I say Mayaka. So for them, it's like clutching a snake when you're driving, when you're drowning. They are drowning. They can clutch at anything. PWB is not going to do nothing. What's he going to do? Nothing. We will come there and blah, 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 blah. Another 4 years will go, blah, 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 blah. Another 8 years, they bring somebody else with a new story. The only thing is that I feel very sorry for our great-grandchildren, our grandchildren that are going to go through this mess. Because nothing. I have said it before, and I'm saying it again. If P2B had gone into the north and looked for a complete blooded, full-blooded Hausa man that is educated and make him his vice, believe me, maybe I'll support him. To go and get the Fulani man as his vice, they will kill you like a chicken. Or 2 weeks, Fulani Hachi, and they will get back into power. Mark it somewhere. Somewhere, I'm saying it's going to happen. I'm not a prophet, I'm not predicting, but this is common sense. I am not saying that God told me. God didn't tell me anything. I just want to use my brain and tell them that he's wasting his damn time and he's not going to get anywhere with it. Caller on WhatsApp, tell us your name and where you're calling from. Good morning.
Yeah. Hello, Mazi.
Good morning.
Shalom, sir.
Welcome to the program.
Yeah. As I remain with work, calling from my location. This Bosun clip you play, you used to play that clip. I'm thinking, does it mean that nobody question IBB for this act? IBB is still alive today. He personally
is sitting on the wheelchair. So let's not just leave him to manage his life.
And nobody question IBB. Why did you do this? You want to you want to convert a secular state to Islamic state single-handedly, and people were there looking at him. After IBB, Abacha go, Obasanjo let Obasanjo take over. Obasanjo is a Christian, and he didn't do anything concerning this issue. He overlooked it, and the something is going behind this scheme since. Because that's very much since he did that. These people have the agenda was eaten inside. They already have the agenda. The agenda was eaten inside since nobody tried to do anything concerning that till today. Why they never try to anywhere they take their name, the zoo name to? Why Obasanjo never fight to cancel any agreement, any stupid agreement that he did with whoever he did with? They just allowed that thing to remain up to now, up to today. Nobody ever questioned IBB about this issue. You know, the problem we have is we don't have leaders on our own side. And I think it is the reason why we are conquered. As in when British come, as in when they bring their Bible come. for the first time. I think when they said this is very matter. I don't think this did us a favor, because if we have leaders like somebody like our leader now was there when British come, they wouldn't have conquered us like that. Because if you watch, you see that they couldn't conquer the north. When they go to the north, they have to go to the Sultan and negotiate with him. He now tell them what. Okay, since they want to conquer them, look at what they want. Look at how they want to do it. Look at what they want. They won't change their way of living life or this and that. They won't change their language. They won't change anything. But our own, I don't think they're somebody. I don't think they have they're someone. Hello, I don't think there's someone who represents us like they can. Hello,
Go ahead. Just round it up, please. Yeah. What about the phone?
Yeah. So this is what I'm saying. Because of this we lack leadership from the one. If we have people who can speak for us, who can stand for the British couldn't do this, they do to us from the beginning. You must go and negotiate with that leadership. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, and what I want to say again is there's something is baffling me. I was thinking that I'm meditating on. How on earth this Johannes Ndigo? How is it that governor is the one appointing their president, the Johannes president? How is it possible that the governor is the one determining who lead the Johannes? Then, if this is the case, how can Johannes Ndigo checkmate governors? Because now it means that that's why these people. I think this is why because they are now under pocket of governor. Governor is the one appoint leadership for Johannes. How is this reasonable? If governor appoints leadership for Johannes, then how can the Johannes checkmate governor? How would they allow this process to take place? It shouldn't be so. How can governor?
Thank you. Round it up, sir. Other people have to come in. Thank you very much
all right.
for your call, and call us again tomorrow. This is Radio Biafra USA 2. I have a call coming in. Let me take this one. A caller on straight line. Good morning. Tell us your name. Caller, tell us your name. Turn down your listening device, please. Turn down your listening device. Tell us your name and
Hi, Peters.
Good morning. Welcome to.
Good morning. Good morning. How are you doing, Peters? This is Nnamdi. Yeah.
To the program, yes.
Thank you very much. Peters, I had the clip you played about the Yoruba man who talked about the Islamization, which Babangida took $221 billion to give to OIC. Am I right?
Yes.
Yeah. That is, you played the clip of our leader before you start your program, which in that clip, our leader said that Fulanis are not indigenous to Nigeria. Am I right?
Yes.
Exactly. And I believe Nnamdi Azikiwe school in America before he now came back to Nigeria to fight for independence. Already he knew that the Fulanis are not that same Nigeria he wants to be, he is fighting for. He knows that. So you can see that what happened to we the East, we the Biafrans, comes from Nnamdi Azikiwe being our own person, not the Fulani, not even the British. The British, they came to Africa to look for what to eat. That is why the Europeans came down to Africa or to colonize Africa, to seek for their own betterment to their people. Africans are fighting to kill their own people, to enslave their people. We have to hit the nail in the head, say the truth, and let we know where our problem come from. Nnamdi Azikiwe know quite all right that these people, their mission of coming to Africa is to seek for their own benefit. Now, our brother who just spoke last said that the British went to the north and they negotiate with the north. The North told them, this is what we want, this is what we want. Because the North, they know that this thing that the British want to create is a falsehood arrangement that will never work. It's fake. They know it's not original. Let me put it that way. Are you telling me that Nnamdi, who will say that is good, does not know that what the British want to create as Nigeria is a fraud? He knows it. But now he is fighting for his own selfish interests. Is it not what kept us in this mess we are today? That is what kept us here. Now, our generation, Nnamdi Kanu now rose up. Who are the people that are sabotaging what Nnamdi Kanu is doing? Is it the North? Is it the West? Is it not our people? I don't know if I'm coming out loud and clear.
Yeah, sir. Go ahead. Yeah, go on.
So we have to know where our problem is, know where to solve our problem. Our problem is not the North. It is we. Because what the North are using to fight our people comes from our people. Nnamdi was the first person to call Ojukwu terrorists. That is where the North learned this IPOB, they are calling terrorists now. They learned it from Nnamdi to Ojukwu. Now they are invited to Nnamdi Kanu. Is it not our own people that sold Nnamdi Kanu to Nigeria? Are they not the people? You can see that our problem, before we say we want to get this Biafra, we are looking for, shouting for, people are dying. We must wipe these people that say that are the people representing the elders, the leaders, the political leaders. We must make sure we fight them first. Because even though they call for referendum, they are the people that they will call to speak, even though in the UN, in anywhere the British want. They are the people. When they see that we, the people, have risen up to take what belongs to us, it will come. Freedom, nobody will give us Biafra. It's we that will rise up and give ourselves freedom. Freedom all over the world is taken by war, by fighting. It's not by prayer, it's not by talking, it's not by preaching, it's not by God. God does not give freedom. It's human being that takes freedom.
Thank you.
This is all I have to say. Our problem is we.
Yes.
Thank you.
I agree with you. Thank you, sir. All right, good morning. Welcome to the live broadcast. I have a call coming in. Let me take this one. Caller on principal officer's line. Good morning. Tell us your name and where you're calling from.
Good morning, or good afternoon, good evening, dear family all over the world. I'm Peter, but God bless you.
Bless you, sir.
I just want to pray a little for our leader, then I'll go into details. May Almighty God Chukwukabiyama be with our leader, never allow the enemy to touch him, never to change his mind, and bring him sooner than later to finish the work assignment he has given to him. I ask for this through Christ Jesus our Lord. Amen. And Peter, what I have to contribute today concerning what he says is, I want to help our brother who speak before this last person speak. He is asking question. We said why not we go and ask Babangida question, or ask Obasanjo why nobody is asking them. I think it is very wrong to be going to Babangida and be asking why he bring 20 billion dollars Nigerian taxpayers to Islamize Nigeria, because Babangida is an Islamic man. He's an Islam. He never and Islam never believe in Christianity. They never believe that Christians exist. So Babangida is fighting for his belief. He believes in Islam and he wants to Islam to benefit Nigeria. He wants to turn the whole Nigeria to Islam, because he cannot fight for Christian because he don't believe in Christian. So the right question to ask is, these people called Khan, they are the people to ask questions. It's not Babangida, Atiku Abubakar, or Abid Salami Abubakar. No, all these Abubakars, they are on the right tracks. They are fighting for their religion, for their belief. We have to go to Khan and ask them, what are you doing? Where are you when all these things was mentioned in Nigerian law? And you said nothing, you did nothing, you turned blind eye, and you are in Aswalk every day smiling with Babangida, kissing with Babangida, dining with Babangida, dining with Abdul Salami Abubakar, dining with dead Buhari. After staying there with them, you will come out and smile and open your teeth and be telling us to just shut up our mouth, that we are one Nigeria. So Khan is the one to ask question. We will ask them, please, this law, where are we? Are we in Christian country? Or we are secular country? Or we are in Islamic country? Then if you say we are in Islamic country, then why are you forcing us Christians to remain there? We also go to Kumi, because Kumi is going to Asarok every day. Kumi. This year, those claim that they are not Jesus we are seeing. This one called Adebayo, the other of Rodin Christian Church of Christ. Every day he's in Asarok smiling. This one called Tunde Bakari. All these Yoruba flood stars that is reading Bible. They are in Asarok every day. But they never ask those in Asarok, where are we? Are we in Islamic country or secular or Christian? They are not asking these questions. They only come out and they gather people and be forcing them to remain here that we are Christian. And every day, the Islam will be chopping off people's head. They can say nothing, they will do nothing. When they chop off your head, they will tell you that you are not a member of this church. If you are a member of this church, blood will not touch you. Terrorists will not see you. You will be going and coming back. It's only when you are not hiding in the Christ, they will confuse other people. So this is where we take our questions. We should leave Islam alone. They did nothing. They are fighting for their belief. What of this people that is fighting against us now? He know that Nigeria is a not Christian country. He know that Nigeria is not secular country. He know that Nigeria is Islamic country. And he know that we are fighting to break ourselves from this danger. But now he allowed himself to be used to destroy what we are doing. And he know he can do nothing. He just bring himself as a willing choose. If you go to people and ask him, this country you are fighting for, who are they? Are they Islam or Christian or secular? He can neither give you answer. And if he enter there, he can neither change it. He cannot change it. The only thing he will do is he will bring more arm down to the east and begin to kill us. And he will make sure that the Biafra will never mention anymore in his regime. This is what he's going there for. He's not going there to to fight for Christian or turn to Nigeria to secular so we have to know where we channel our anger to. We should leave the north, the Islam alone. We should focus on this. I don't know what I will call them. That is fighting us at home where we are sleeping in our mother bedroom. We will start from them and eliminate them. Once we eliminate them, the Islam know where they belong. The Islam will run away and stay on their own. We will stay on our own. Everybody will answer his father's or his mother's name. So let us stop blaming the North. They are not the one to blame. And this is where we stop now. And I pray that people will understand what I'm saying. So let us know where to put us. Thank you and God bless you. Thank you.
God bless you. All right. Thank you very much. All right. I think I have room for just one more call and call it a day. So caller, please, when you talk, just cut it as short as possible. Call on WhatsApp. Tell us your name and where you're calling from. This is the last call for today. Caller on WhatsApp. Are you there? All right. It looks like he's not ready to talk. Let me see up another next call. Caller on WhatsApp. Tell us your name and where you're calling from.
Shalom, Mazi IYKE.
Good morning.
Shalom.
Just round it up, please. We don't have time left. Thank you.
Yeah, okay, thank you so much, sir. I just want to go straight to what, more especially what one of our brothers is saying concerning that we are the one clean ourselves. Yes, we know, but we should also remind us that the same thing happened to the people of Jews. Mostly people who even have money, Jews that have money, they were the one that supported those countries that committed genocide against Jews. But later, what happened? So the highest thing is You have to kill the enemy. You have to pursue the enemy outside and come home. The problem or the one at home will be very.
All right, it looks like you having issues here.
They are the one that will face the major problem, like those that supported genocide against Jews. The same Jews that supported genocide against Jews, they are now reaping what they sow, generation upon generation. So we should not, and we know that the enemies in our midst are the worst, but we will tackle them. They will suffer most. Shalom. Mazi
All right,
IYKE.
thank you so much. Thank you very much. This brings an end to today's program. Unfortunately, my system is not behaving well. Most of my sound, I don't know what happened. Actually, I changed the phone, so the new phone has actually most of my savings I wanted Google could not come over, so I'm lost as to how to end the program. If you check me with this morning, see that I started the program playing some sounds that I'm not supposed to start the program with. But now that the program is over, I am still having issues with trying to find out how to end it officially. However, whatever happens, this is Radio Biafra. We make do, no matter what they do. Somebody's trying to call me. I can't take any more calls. I'm so sorry about that. The time is up. It's time for us to go. So tomorrow is another day. We'll stay together again and stay tuned. All right, from me to you, I would have to, what would I do right now? I will have to tell you that, so reminding you that Biafra for us is our religion. And on Radio Biafra, that's where we worship. We do that, and we'll keep doing that no matter what. You, I would have to, what would I do right now? I will have to tell you that, so reminding you that Biafra for us is our religion. And on Radio Biafra, that's where we worship. We do that, and we'll keep doing that no matter what. You, I would have to, what would I do right now? I will have to tell you that, so reminding you that Biafra for us is our religion. And on Radio Biafra,
to this effect, and starting from tomorrow, the Zoo Naira is worth less than paper, toilet paper. Beg your pardon. The Zoo Naira. Now listen, the Zoo, it is not if the Zoo will disintegrate. It does not matter what the politicians are doing. It does not matter the whatever anybody wants to do or say. The Zoo will disintegrate sooner and sooner. And when it disintegrates, when it is destroyed, like when you said with the truth, and we have done that. He did it more than any other person, of course. He has exposed the lie that is called Nigeria. Now, when this lie finally is destroyed and disintegrates, that thing they call their money, Naira, if you have it 1 trillion, it is waste. It is a waste paper for you, because we will not use it in Biafra land. If you have it 1,000, it is a waste paper for you, because no country will take it. Therefore, you must begin to think ahead. Remember 1970. Remember, Asina, if you fool me once, it's my fault. But if you fool me twice, I am a fool. Right. If you fool me, you can fool me once, yeah, because probably I wasn't aware. It's your luck. But if after you have fooled me and you come again and fool me the same way a second time, then I must be a fool.
We must not forget 1970. They gave you 20 pounds. 20 pounds irrespective of what you had in the bank. Millionaires, we had them. Millionaires when money was money. You had to be given only 20 pounds to start alive, to start afresh, to start a new life. And because you are a blessed race, because you are a blessed generation, because you are beloved of Chukwu Abiyam, how many years from 1970? Can you tell me if there is any single race, maybe if you begin to really compare, probably the Jews of Israel, but there's no race that has survived and surpassed every expectation from our humble beginnings to where we are today. That is why I said it. Listen carefully, because 1970 is about to repeat itself. What the Fulani are not, they are not keeping naira. They will steal the money. They will steal the oil. They will sell it. They keep their funds in foreign currency, not in naira, because they know the zoo is falling and it will disintegrate, and the naira will be worthless. Worthless. That time, the Zimbabwe money you had to carry it. You have to carry it on a wheelbarrow, for you to buy a loaf of bread. That will be actually you know, to compare to what is going to happen to the zoo and its naira. It was okay for the Zimbabwe. Nobody will take your naira to even buy bread. Now, therefore, this leadership of the indigenous people of Biafra is calling upon all Biafrans tonight. Convert every excess naira that you have into the following foreign currencies. If you are a worker, they pay your salary. You know what you spend in a month. Just leave that one that you will spend in that month. The rest, convert it into any of these following currencies. If you're a market woman, a trader, a teacher, whatever you may be your occupation, whatever may be your work, whatever you make, excess of it, apart from the one that you use on a daily, weekly, or monthly basis, the rest, convert it into any of the following currencies that I'm going to mention tonight to you. And please, when you convert this money into any of these currencies, don't put it into the bank, oh please, oh, because the Fulani, I'm sorry, I will speak this in English, in Igbo. Fejiranya afu foreign currency. Ndi Fulani jiranya afu dollar, na pounds, na euro, na yen, and the rest of it. They will go there and of course bring one overnight law and take all your money. Don't keep it in your house. Don't keep this money you have converted into your house, because before they will say that IPOB has now told people to convert money and keep it in their house, and then criminals will start to go to house and begin. The army, actually the police in uniform, not criminals actually. The police and the army will begin to now go to your house and begin to do what? To tell you where, show us that dollar, show us that oil. Don't keep this money in your house. Don't keep it in your bank. Because if you keep your money in the bank, what the police are doing, they move around with POS or whatever they call it, all this machines, and they will tell you, give us the pin, and they will take all you have saved there. All you need to put there is what you need for the month. They will, if anybody takes it, you have a backup. You have something that you will use to begin life at the declaration of Biafra. The currencies that you must change your funds into. And I'm asking our people, we don't want what is happening with the Efibo to repeat itself. Our people must begin to be their brother's keeper. Because what the report we are hearing is that people are, rearing our local cows, and they are selling these cows exorbitant. Why would that be? Why must you deliberately be profiteering from your own brother when you know that it's all for the survival of for every one of us? So all of you who are in money exchange, you will make your money, of course, because the more you change, just follow the economic principle of production of the more you produce and the more you sell at a little gain, the more you can make out of it. Not that you want to sell one and then become a millionaire. So please don't begin now to start to turn the exchange rate into something that people will begin to get offended with or get pissed off about. These currencies that you can change your money, that anytime the zoo disintegrates, anytime Biafra comes, you can change this money and use it to change it into the Biafran currency that will be introduced and begin to live your life and build your life and start a new life. The European euro, the American dollar, some of these are, of course, they are colonial money, but we have no choice at the moment. Until we become a nation, we will show them what a nation is and what our currencies will be. It cannot be. It's not. They will call it the Biafra pound. How can we call it pound anyway? That's for another day. Now, like I said, these currencies include the European euro, the American dollar, the Swiss francs, the Japanese yen, the Canadian dollar, the Australian dollar, the British pound, of course, the South African rand, yes, and the Ghanaian cedi, yes. If you can change your money into South African rand, don't change it in French francs or with because when you change it, you are also supporting France to continue to impoverish our French-speaking brothers in Francophone area. Don't change it into French franc. Change it any African. If you want to change it to an African currency, change it to Ghanaian cedi or to the South African rand. At least their money is still stable. Their environment is also politically stable for the moment, so their money will continue to appreciate. And when you change it at the time Biafran currency will be introduced, you will have something to begin life. And I want to repeat, don't, after converting this money, don't put it in the bank. Don't put it in your heart. Well, you people have common sense now. You can think out where you can. If you don't know anything else, go and hide it. Go and dig a ground and put it somewhere there. Convert your naira into any of these currencies because the zoo will fall. It will fall. And your naira, when zoo falls, will be worthless. Worthless. I have spoken. Those of you in the north, when you make that exchange, come back to the east and keep that money somewhere. Don't tell anybody. Don't even tell your wife. Maybe only your wife, of course, so that other mama on the in English, in case of incasity, you can tell your wife. Just the two of you will know, and your wife that you trust. If you don't trust your wife, please. But I wouldn't go into marriage issues here. My message to all of us tonight, to Biafrans tonight, is that we must begin from tomorrow to accelerate the complete disintegration of the economic nerve of the zoo which is the Biafran people that are holding this country. Let us do this for 1 month. Let us do this for the next couple of months, and the result will show by itself. Biafrans, as I have said already, 13th of September 2022 is a total and absolute lockdown in Biafra land. All must put their hands on the deck because this battle is for all of us. And the victory we must get. For us, it is Biafra or Biafra. There shall be neither retreat nor surrender as far as this struggle is concerned. Now I have some announcements to make, my dear great people of Biafra. I have some announcements to make, and these announcements go this way. The following persons are assigned new responsibility or responsibilities, as the case may be, in the IPOB worldwide family. These individuals have been appointed to these positions to continue to strengthen the family and continue to work towards our objectives and our goals, which is the unconditional release of our leader, Nnamdi Kanu, and the ultimate, because it is Mazi Kanu or Hamadike that will lead us into the free sovereign Biafra nation. Whether the enemy like it or not, whether they like it or not, Onyendu is rejoining us the soonest. Mazi Dubem Ozo is appointed the new IPOB China Family National Coordinator. All principal officers, all IPOB family members in China, and of course in all other countries that I'm going to call, you must give these new principal servants the maximum cooperation, the maximum support, and work in concert with them as they carry out their responsibilities and implement instructions passed down to them from the hierarchy of this very great country. Mazi Dubem Ozo is the new IPOB China Family National Coordinator. Of course, our family in China, they already know this, but I want to make it more public so that the world will also know. And other family members of IPOB in the world will also be aware of it. Mazi Ahuchaogu Ebiwe is appointed IPOB Netherlands National Coordinator. Mazi Ahuchaogu Ebiwe is our IPOB National Coordinator for Netherlands, also called Holland. Mazi Tochukwu Mado is appointed the IPOB Malta National Coordinator, and Mazi Mado replaces the former National Coordinator who moved to another country. And of course, as you move to another country, I believe you will continue to be part of this noble family there. Do not relent, do not retreat, and do not surrender. Remain focused, remain dedicated in your duty or in your new family that you have moved to, your new place of residence. Mazi IYKE is the new Scotland Regional Coordinator. IYKE is the new Scotland Regional Coordinator for IPOB UK family. He replaces Mazi Jocelyn Ndiulo. Mrs. Uju Ebosimba is also the new coordinator for IPOB North London Zone. Mrs. Uju Ebosimba is the new IPOB North London Zone coordinator. Mazi Mike Ezebiro is appointed the new IPOB Anambra North Senatorial Coordinator. Mike Ezebiro is the new IPOB Anambra North Senatorial Coordinator. Anywhere we see those who are not supposed to be in our midst, for having other agenda, we will not spare them. That is why we will continue to sanitize this family and to purge every parasite. I don't want to plagiarize. Of course, we heard our Lord, our leader's wife, marvelously described some of these individuals in our midst. And so I'm not going to plagiarize, but I'm saying that anyone who is in our midst that has ulterior reason to be in our midst, we will find you out, we will purge you, we will remove you, we will expel you, as the case may be. Mike Ezebiro is appointed the new IPOB Anambra North Senatorial Coordinator. Mazi Mike Nweze is appointed the new local government coordinator for IPOB Nnewi North. Mike Nweze is appointed the new local government coordinator for IPOB Nnewi North in Anambra State. Mazi Izichukwu Neta is the new IPOB Obaru local government zonal coordinator. Mazi Izichukwu Neta is our new local government coordinator for Obaru in Anambra State. Mazi Noel Okongu is the former secretary of IPOB in Omaba zone. He now takes over as the zonal coordinator for Omaba Owuwanyanwu zone. Mazi Noel Okonkwo is the new IPOB Omaba Owuwanyanwu zone zonal coordinator. And Mazi Solomon Nubia is appointed the new IPOB Western Cape coordinator. Mazi Nubia replaces Mazi Innocent Alia, who from tonight is the former Western Cape coordinator. The following individuals, for actually not understanding what this struggle is all about, and for acts that do not merit their positions and the responsibility that was given to them, they are suspended indefinitely from their positions. And the followings are Mazi George Ume. Mazi George Ume is suspended from being IPOB North London Zonal Coordinator indefinitely. And Mrs. Meshi Aungkwe, who was Michigan Zonal Coordinator, she is also suspended indefinitely. And the Michigan zone is shut down forthwith. The Michigan zone is closed. Like we are always known to do, we will rebuild the Michigan zone from scratch into a more formidable and more cohesive and of course very, very important zone in London. Michigan zone, former coordinator by the name Mrs. Onkwe is indefinitely suspended, and that zone is closed down. Now, these individuals have no reason to be in our midst, and they are, of course, expelled forthwith. Mazi Jocelyn Ndiulo is relieved of his duty as IPOB Regional Coordinator for Scotland and expelled. We don't take nonsense in this family, not at all. We do not take prisoners. If you do not know, in fact, if you do not, you are still a principal officer and you don't know why you are here, tender your resignation and we will find apt and appropriate and willing
IPOB Community Radio
family
by our leader, His Excellency. Mazi Nnamdi. My name is Mazi IYKE. Today is September the 10th, 2022. The women will be here at half past the hour. You know, today is their program. Tomorrow is now waiting to happen, and the Ndimo will be at the program tomorrow as well. And we welcome all of you. You know that the Catalans will be having their independence celebration tomorrow, and we are cordially invited, the Biafrans. That's the respect they have for us. They have for us. On the 13th, that's the court case of our leader, Mazi Kanu. You had Chike Doziem yesterday, the head of the DUS. You had him. And, total lockdown. Those in Abuja should do the needful. You had the instructions. It is our leader's case. Let us think deeply about what the whole charade is all about. Person that committed no offense, he made a statement that is pertinent to the issue we have, and they are lynching him. That's reminiscent to the current situation in the world. You see, people are voicing their opinion. People know who is evil and who is not. And people have courage to say what they want to say. Whether you like it, whether it pleases you, that's your problem. You cannot destroy people's families, destroy their economy, destroy everything they own, and you expect rosy approach. It doesn't happen that way, and our people are naive. Our love for foreigners is part of our problem. When you see evil, you cannot call it evil. The reason is because you have underrated yourself. Psychologically, they wore you out. You actually accepted that you are inferior. Let us not blame our forefathers so much. They were under pressure. They were overwhelmed. And for people you don't know, you accepted them. I think they are with you, but they are not with you. If you had listened to some of our past politicians, those of Okpara and all the rest of them, they were sturdy men, very rigid. I mean, those who are closer to our great-grandfathers, they knew the history, and they were, they were up and on guards. They really guarded themselves. I made sure this is the way we are going to follow. We are going to follow this channel and progress. What did they do? You see how East was. Regardless of the bricks they put, the brick wall they erected, East flourished. I mean, were you in Aba after the war or in the 60s? Go to Iguacha, go to Enugu, go to Aba, go to Were. These were flourishing cities. And then they came with their tanks and destroyed everything. for most of us that are just shy to accept the truth, there are a lot of things that we have to talk about, but Radio Biafra is Radio Biafra. So there are other things you can say. You have a forum where you can say that. You have the Facebook, you have the social media. Take them over there. Then you will hear what people have to say about the current situation. Our leader is in detention. And those that deem it fit cannot talk, cannot force for his release. And somebody was sitting on it. People were sitting on it. And some of us are still loyal to the oppressors. We talk about BBC and everything. There's something somebody sent to me, and I laughed. It was very funny. Why some children? And that honestly, it reminded me when I was a kid. There are people like that that refuse to go to school. You actually have to physically carry them into the school compound. They were physically carried into the school compound. Some of them, you have their parents using a whip to flog them. Come on, get in the school compound. Go there and study. What's the reason? You give people a chance. When the opportunity is open to you, take it. But what's the mind of a kid? What's the indication? If children can gather and play, school is where children gather and play. That would have been the perfect condition where I would like to escape from the house and go to school and meet the other children. But I don't think psychologists have tried to figure out why some of these children refuse to go to school. You carry them physically and they'll be crying. And are they antisocial? Is there something they know you don't know? Poor boy, crying, being carried into the school compound. Yeah, I don't want to go to school. Does that mean he will not progress? He will progress. Is there something he knows you don't know? You don't know. When you force people to do something, it might be for the better, it must be for the worse. I'm talking to our people, okay? There are some funny things that have a very deep reflection as to our situation. Our brothers and sisters, fathers and mothers, there are people that suffered under imperialistic rule. Some of them are still alive. And some of them had the need, and they say, well, we need to be compensated because your troops brutally beat us up. Those were the British troops. You know, many things happened. The reason we like here, I don't bring it up, is that we are fighting for our survival. And knowing our people, once you give that avenue open, you will hear people saying things that they have no business saying. So, Ndejinala, Anabo Kemba. But it doesn't stop us from saying what we have to say. So you understand what I'm saying. The women are here, so I'll hand over to them. I will hand over to them. Good morning and welcome.
Toma, thank you very much.
Are my women complete?
We are complete.
Okay, welcome.
Down, sir. My sisters, we are on the air, and I want to say good morning to His Excellency, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. We want to say good morning to Mazi IYKE. We want to say good morning to my sisters. You are wonderful women, and I thank you. We also want to say good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night, fellow Biafrans. Wonderful people, great ones, the ones who make things happen. IPOB Worldwide. Don't forget, IPOB Worldwide, that you're at the head of this movement. We don't know how many people and how many other groups we have in the world. We know some of their names and we don't know some of their names. But you are the head of this movement called the Restoration of Biafra. Do not blink. Your work is yielding a lot of fruit. My name is Dr. Tina Eberechukwu. I am Ada Biafra from the heart of Biafra land, Olu province. We welcome you to IPOB USA Women's Program. We are coming to you from the United States of America. This is the land of the free and the home of the brave. And when Biafra is restored, we will copy that, because that is really, truly the land of the free. It will become the land of the free because we have always been brave. Today is September 10th, 2022. This Radio Biafra USA is broadcasting through Radio Biafra London. Our director, the director of Radio Biafra, is Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, His Excellency. He's also the director of Biafra Television. And by the way, Biafra Television is online now 24/7, and our media warriors are broadcasting on Biafra Television. Infiltrators are going backwards. The children of God are marching forward. We thank God for the defeat of our enemies so that we can move forward to restore Biafra. We IPOB USA women are first of all IPOB members. So that means that we support the DOS, especially the HOD, the head of Directorate of State. We also support our regional coordinators in the United States of America where we reside. And of course, we love our radio presenters, especially Mazi IYKE, our host. And we want to thank all media warriors. They are doing an excellent job. You know them by name, we know them by name, and they're all doing an excellent job. Please continue to support them. I see many of you online when I'm able to log in. What we have been in this season of trial is against all infiltrators who want to come in like Judas and sell their master and claim that their master's good is their good. But it is not truly theirs. Our leader is still languishing in the DSS dungeon. Have you asked why? Why is this wonderful man who wants freedom for his people a prisoner of conscience now in DSS dungeon? It is only because he spoke the truth and he demanded the liberation of his people who have been in bondage in Nigeria for over 100 years. These people that he's trying to save, me and you, Some of us, we understand, and some of us don't understand. Sometimes we do, and sometimes we don't. What we pledge as IPOB members is that we must move forward with him, because if we don't, there is no back to go. But if we don't, we will all perish. So today, again, we thank our director, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, for this opportunity to speak on Radio Biafra. It is a wonderful opportunity, and we don't take it lightly. My sisters and I know how very opportune and very, people who say that we are lucky to be able to speak on Radio Biafra. And we thank all Umu Chineke who listen daily and always to Radio Biafra. We thank you, because if it's not for Radio Biafra, Biafrans will never know what is truth in the contraction called Nigeria. So thank you, Director, for this opportunity to speak on your hallowed platform, the hallowed platform of Radio Biafra. And we pray this morning, as we always do, may God, send his holy angels to surround you and assist you in all matters and all things that you need. Because we cannot reach you to take care of you, we give you into the hands of God, who is better than human to take care of you and to bring you out safely. Because that's all we need for right now. And of course, the restoration of Biafra through referendum is next. Sisters, we're back here again, so I'll give you an opportunity to introduce yourselves, and then we'll begin our program. Sister Cecilia. Thank you very much, Dr. Everechuku. Fellow Biafrans, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night, depending on what part of the world you're residing. We are so delighted to come to you again today, this Saturday morning, to encourage you so that we can all together be on the same page and move towards the same direction. First of all, I have to say good morning to Onyendu. I know the Lord is with you. The Lord is encouraging you and blessing you. I'm praying for you. And I say good morning to Uchechi Kanu, the wife of our great leader. I say good morning to all Biafrans who are incarcerated against their wishes, who are in different DSS custody at this time, or in different jail areas. I say good morning to our ESN. Good morning to our radio presenters. Good morning to Biafrans all over the world. I am glad today that we are all in the land of the living, and we are here on this radio platform to encourage one another. Like my sister has said, this is a wonderful opportunity, and we do not take it lightly. I just want to say good morning to all of you, and remain calm, remain vigilant, and remain blessed. My name is Cecilia, and I come from Umuahe. Thank you. Hello, my sister. Sister Victoria.
Good morning, fellow Biafrans, wonderful people. Good morning, our leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, who is languishing in DFS dungeon, the savior of our generation, the savior of Biafra. Good morning, good afternoon, our radio broadcasters, our Lord, Uchechi, and all other Biafrans all over the world who are working tirelessly to bring Biafra. We are not segregated. We are all working under one goal, and I know that the enemy wants us to fight each other. That is not our goal. That is why we decided to continue with the footsteps of our leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, to maintain one purpose, one mind,
IPOB, one family. We are not two, we are not three. Therefore, wherever you are, if you have wandered away from this platform, if you've wandered away from this system that our leader has made, we're encouraging you to come back home. You'll be welcome. Today is another day when we all come together and listen and hear and try to put it into action wherever we are. Because like my sister said, that Biafra will come is no longer a question. The question now is when. And all of us are looking forward. We are not looking backward. We will continue until Biafra comes. Welcome this morning to our radio broadcast. And as we listen, may God continue to give us insight in the individual roles that we can play to bring Biafra to pass. My name is Victoria. This is Psalm 20. It is a prayer for the king in time of war. It is a psalm that we say every Saturday when we can for our king, His Excellency, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. And it reads, the Lord answer you in time of distress. The name of God of Jacob defend you. May Eze Chukwu Kikabiyama send you help from the temple. From Zion be your support. May He, Eze Chukwu Kikabiyama, remember your every offering, graciously accept your holocaust. Grant what is in your heart, fulfill your every plan. May we, the followers of Nnamdi Kanu, may we shout for joy at your victory, our King. We will raise the banners in the name of God, Eze Chukwu Kikabiyama, who will grant your every prayer. Now we know victory is given to the anointed of Eze Chukwu Kikabiyama, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Eze Chukwu Kikabiyama will answer you from the holy heavens with a strong arm that brings victory. You know that some rely on chariots, others on horses, but we, Umu Chukwu Kikabiyama, on the name of God, Eze Chukwu Kikabiyama. That's what we rely on. Those people who rely on horses and chariots, they collapse and fall. But we stand strong and firm. Oh, Eze Chukwu Kikabiyama, grant victory to the King. Answer when we call upon your name. He said, my sister continues. Sister Victoria, continue. All right, thank you. Our gracious and ever-leading Father, King of Kings and Lord of Lords, the God that was, the God that is, and the God that is still to come. We reverence you this morning because we know that we are nothing but bread. You are the strength of our life. You are our leader. You are our healer. And I know, oh God, that you hear our cry, our groaning in our slavery. I know that you hear us. And I know by your finger, the band of slavery will be loosened from all Biafrans. By your finger, you will turn our enemy backwards. By your finger, you will turn their wisdom into foolishness. And all that is supporting them will go in the same direction. Our Father, we believe you are the God that led the children of Israel out of the bondage, out of the house of bondage. Father, you caused the Red Sea to divide. Behold the Red Sea in front of us. Father, Pharaoh and his chariots sank like lead under the sea. Lord, May Fulani and all their cohorts, just like Pharaoh and the chariot, may they sit in that same Red Sea as they cross to take over Biafra. We are praying, oh God, that we're going to grant wisdom to all IPOB members and to our HODs. You will continue to protect the leader of this movement, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Father, Lord, many are his troubles over there. Father, the evil treatment and injections they are giving him, the evil food laden with poison they are giving him. But Father, you will show the world that you have not changed, because he will come out of that dungeon without having his memory messed up, without having anything on him, because the Bible says as they journey from Egypt, their sandals did not wear out, their clothes did not wear out. Are you still the same God today? Have you changed? Because you have not. We have hope, and we know that we are going to rejoice one day in the holy land of Biafra. Therefore, take away every spirit of fear. Take away every spirit of gambling among us. Take away every spirit of sabotage. Father, Lord, we pray that we're going to confuse people who are working for Fulani in IPOB, and those who are separated and working for Fulani, you will put all of them in derision in the name of Chukwu Gadiana. Father, we thank you for this morning. As we have come, we are coming in your power, we are coming in your might, and Father, we are not speaking to the air, we are speaking to our people wherever they are. They are going to turn on their radio, they are going to listen, and Father, as they listen, we are going to continue to move Biafra forward. We thank you because we are here for you, and you're going to help us. Nothing's going to happen to our line because you're going to keep it, and everyone that wants to listen, miraculous will be listening wherever they are. Thank you, everlasting Father. We move on in your name. In the name of Chukwu Gadiana, we pray. Amen. 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 Thank you very much, my sister. We are going to begin by mentioning to you our theme that has not changed for a long time. It is a focus on the release of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu that we come to the radio every Saturday until his release. It is for IPOB push for referendum that we come to the radio every Saturday. Let it be clear to you that we have no other objective except to speak, to work tirelessly for the release of our leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, a prisoner of conscience from the DSS dungeon in the zoo contraption called Nigeria. And another reason we come is to make sure that all Biafrans keep their focus on the referendum that we're calling for, a peaceful separation from the zoo called Nigeria. That we must do this through a referendum. Whether they like it or not, they must let the children of Chukwu Kikabiama to go. They have no power over us. The power that they have had over us, we have given to them. We are taking the power back. It's not that we, Chineke, IPOB, gave it to them. It's that our leaders who we thought were leading us gave them the right to suppress and subjugate us. We have risen in this time to say no more. We must take our freedom back from you because you have suppressed and subjugated us for too long. Our children don't even know what it means to be free in the land of Biafra. So that's why we come every Saturday. When our leader comes out and gives us a different theme, a different focus, we will know. Mazi IYKE, even in his speech yesterday, told us that these two things are what we are focusing on. The unconditional release of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, a prisoner of conscience, and the freedom of Biafra through referendum. Brothers and sisters, those are our themes, and that is what we will continue to focus on. So our first topic to discuss this morning is Great Biafrans. Did you know that our leaders' appeal court case has been moved up? And it is such a thrill because when they said October, I think it was in June when they said October, we were all distressed. Like, for that long? Are we going to have to wait for that long? Well, your supplications reached God's ears, and God has relented and told you a different date and moved it up so that you will not tire, so that you will continue to be encouraged, and so that the freedom of our leader will be imminent and sooner than we think. So, Tuesday, September 13th, is when they have now set for our leader, the leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, to appear in Abuja Appeals Court. My sisters, how do you feel about this great news? Sister Cecilia.
Thank you very much, Dr. Berechukwu. When I heard this good news, I was elated in my spirit. Because that initial date in October, it dampened my spirit so much. But this is an indication that the God, Chukokika Biama, that we call upon, is still on the throne and is working on our behalf. So the appeals court has changed the date, and now it is 13th day of this month. And I guess that will be on Tuesday of this coming week. I know God is still at work, and He will work it all out. All we are asking for is the unconditional release of our leader and our independence by referendum. That's what we are asking for. I know that there are many Biafrans in Abuja. Those of them in Abuja, like our leader, the DOS encouraged us, please go and show your support for our leader. All we ask is that you contain yourself and you respect yourself and you do everything orderly. That's all we ask for. And then I also had another information that Jibril, the governor of Imo State, has invited him to come on this same date, the 13th of September. We know what that means. What is he coming for? He has slaughtered our people. They have sold the different body parts. Things have been done to our people. He's just coming to laugh at us, to make a mockery of us. That's what he's coming for. But whatever he's coming for, we know that he is not welcome. You cannot eat your cake and have it. You cannot kill our people and then you come again to smile in their faces. What kind of smile are you smiling? What is the purpose of that visit? And so the DSS has instructed us, on the day our Onyendu is going to court, we know that there is going to be a total lockdown. Please stay home. Your school children, stay home. Bus drivers, stay home. Office workers, stay home. Church workers, stay home. Whatever your profession is, stay home in honor and in solidarity with our leaders' court appearance. In honor of our leader, we have to stay home on that day. Beloved Biafrans, if you can go to Abuja, go. But you have to go some days before so that you don't have to travel on that 13th. Those in Abuja, we encourage you to go. But if peradventure you cannot go, we still have a duty and a responsibility, and that is to pray for the mighty presence of God with our Onyendu. We have to pray that the Spirit of God will overtake the spirit of Binta Nyako and all alike, so that what we want is for the release of our leader. Prayers work. Let us not give up on prayer. Prayers work, but also prayers and action. Let us stay home. Total lockdown in Biafra land. That's what the DOS want us to do. Total lockdown in Biafra land. All in solidarity with our leader. So, my beloved people, our leader, Onyendu Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, will be making another court appearance on the 13th of this month. Let us continue to pray for him. If we can go to Abuja, let us go to Abuja and render our support. Those who cannot go, do what you have to do. Do the needful wherever you are. Do the needful. The needful you can do is to stand strong, stay in your home, and pray for our leader. And as for the visit of this Jibril, we cancel that visit. We cancel it completely. We cancel that visit. Because he's only coming to see the ones we have not killed. He's only coming to laugh at us and to make a mockery of our people. He's only coming to survey, to see what other direction, what other means of subjugation that they are going to implement. Him and that governor, that's what's his name, Uzodima, whatever his name is, who has planned this visit. You will be put to shame on you. You'll be put to shame because there's going to be a total lockdown and our people are not going to respond to any of these stupid visits. So, wonderful people of Biafra, we have to rejoice because we have seen the hand of God to move our leader's appearance in court from October to September. That shows you that God is at work. So let us not relent our efforts. Let us not relent our prayers. Let us continually bombarding the kingdom of heaven so that our leader will be released. And remember, it is total lockdown on the 13th of this month. Whoever is visiting, whatever their reason is, let it be with them. But as for us, we have a different focus altogether. What is making them happy is not what is making us happy. Their focus is not our focus. Our focus is to support our leader and ask for his speedy release from the DSS dungeon and also to pray for us to have a referendum for the restoration of Biafra. Biafrans, be strong, be very courageous, be prayerful. God has said our prayer is still on our side. He will even do more for us. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, my sister Cecilia. Sister Victoria? Thank you, my sister. We are talking about our leader. Do you know that? Do you understand that that is the leader of the indigenous people of Biafra? We are talking about. Anybody who has Biafra at heart will always and always honor the day that our leader is going. If you cannot travel, you sit at home. If you cannot travel and you can support somebody else going, you can support somebody else going with your resources. You can close your market that day and stay in solidarity with our leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, the man that has given Biafrans all he has, including his God-given freedom. Will it cost you so much to support somebody that is willing to go? We only have this weekend, Monday, for those who are going to go. I'm just using this opportunity that I have the mic in my hand to tell you, if you cannot go and you can support somebody that go and you refuse to go, I'm telling you, what happened to some of the people that were going from Egypt to Israel will happen to you. Because you don't have Biafra at heart. Whatever you have that you can give, you can go. We want crowd over there. Check yourself, ask your neighbors. Go to IPOB groups. Find out those the gallant men and women, the brave men and women who want to be on that ground that day. 2 people, 3 people can support 1 person to go. It doesn't cost so much. All you have to do is contact the leaders of IPOB and send them. Ask those who are going, support them. Pay for their accommodation. Pay for their feeding. Let there be crowd on that day. We are talking about Mazi Nnamdi, the leader of the indigenous people of Biafra. It is not a joke. Just like my sister said, he has been invited. They have changed the date from October to September. Sincerely speaking, these people are spooky. Fulani and the people that lead Fulani, the slave masters, they are very spooky. But we choose to hold on to the Lord God Almighty. Because when they tell us we should move forward, they are backward. When they tell us backward, they are forward. We don't know what they plan to do that day. Because like my sister also said, on that very day, Fulani slaves called Pope Usodimba, Supreme Court governor. That is the day he chose to bring Jubril to Imo State. He's not ashamed. All the people in the east are now flying in the air if they can. But he's bringing Jubril, the Fulani imposter. They are no longer hiding it. Those who were thinking that it was a lie, I'm sure that now they believe. Because there is no way Buhari will be alive and his wife is in Dubai. There is no way. All these wives, Aisha Buhari left Aturok and nobody is talking about it. And Jubril is gallivanting in our land. And some people are still thinking it's Buhari. If you're still thinking so, I know that you're brain dead. I will follow the word of my leader. You are brain dead. Aisha Buhari is there. And the women are going from the British company called Nigeria to Dubai to go and give her flowers for her birthday. What a depraved people. And now look at Jubril going. What do you understand? They say that we are conquered slaves and the purpose of them, but which you understand by now is a Fulani seed. He is not working on his own. He is a Fulani man in the clothing of evil person. He's inviting him.
Yes, we are back again. We are in the city of Leicester, the ancient city in United Kingdom. IPOB worldwide are here today to do the needful. Please send the message across and share it widely. All hail Biafra. Because you can see we have just arrived in our journey to the city of Leicester, the United Kingdom. We are fearless before our enemies, despite the circumstances that is happening in the United Kingdom, but we remain unshakable. We, the IPOB United Kingdom, are here in the city of Leicester to do the needful.
Anybody.
Oh, hey, Biafra. Please share it widely. We have just arrived. We have just arrived in the city of Leicester to do what the Chukwu Biama, the creator of the mankind, sent us to do under the leadership of Mazi Kanu, directed by the DOS and HOD. IPOB United Kingdom are on the move again. Please share it widely, share it widely. We are here once more because Biafra, it is a must
That is our leader.
It is a must that we must restore the sovereignty of the state of Biafra, utterly separate from Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, and DOS, led by the HOD. This is the ancient city of Leicester, in United Kingdom. IPOB, we are here to evangelize and protest to our quest of the restoration of Biafra.
There is no way Fulani can overcome us. This is
the highest private hire of this coach, and we cannot stop. To do the needful, our people are still getting off the bus, and Biafra is our destination.
Anybody that is going to that home is against us.
Please share it worldwide and share it around the globe.
And you are not sitting at home. Clearly, that is a clear message.
IPOB, United Kingdom, we are on the move again. We can never relent, and we must do the needful. The reason why we are here today is to protest without fear.
If you cannot go to Abuja that day to support our leader, if you cannot sit at home and you get tired of rapper singing those songs to a Fulani man, to a Fulani imposter, you are singing your song, coming out to visit him, coming out to welcome him in innocence, where there has been so much bloodshed, where women have lost their lives, lost their children, lost their inheritance, and you're supporting them to take over our land. I am encouraging everyone that has a video, wherever you are, charge your phone that day. If you cannot go, be our side. If you cannot go to Abuja, wherever you are, be our side. Take the pictures of these women, these men who are coming to welcome the imposter because they have accepted the position to be a slave. That is what the Fulani said. Accept your position as a conquered slave. These people are representing conquered slaves, not the indigenous people of Biafra. We are not conquered slaves. Therefore, those people who have accepted their position as a conquered slave and coming out that day to begin to welcome Jubril, whose wife is in Dubai, Galabante, I say wife, Buhari's wife is in Dubai, Galabante. Buhari is there, and Jubril is coming there, and you're welcoming imposter in our land. In fact, I pray that thunder from heaven will deal with you that day when you're coming out to shake your useless butt, say you're dancing. Warn them wherever they are, and you make sure your phone is charged. If we cannot get to them today, we can get to these people tomorrow. We will mark them out in Biafra land. We will mark these people anywhere Jubilee goes. Any dancing women. We used to have wailing women. We don't have wailing women. We have dancing women, dancing in their slavery. Whenever they go, get their pictures, we are going to put it, because one day those pictures will speak for Biafrans. That these people are the people working with Fulani to enslave us. They have accepted their position, but we have not. That is why we keep fighting. Therefore, if you support our leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, no amount of money will be given to you that day, because this is a test of your loyalty to our leader. This is a test of your loyalty to Biafran struggle. If you come out that day, you are not loyal to this struggle, and therefore we need to mark you out. And if you stay in your home that day, pray for those who have gone. The Fulani slave masters have their school soldiers everywhere. There may be casualties. Therefore, those of you who are only going on that day, I'm using this opportunity to encourage you. Even if you don't have nothing, have matches in your hand. If you don't have nothing, I don't have to say everything. Have something to protect yourself. Don't just go alone. Don't just die alone because you're fighting for your nation. Don't just do that alone. Make sure you have something. If you can't afford AK-47, you can afford something else. Whatever you can afford, make sure that you're going, because many of people don't go by road anymore because Fulani has the whole land infiltrated by their foot soldiers. Even the people you call military are Fulani foot soldiers. They are Fulani cabals. They are there fighting you. Therefore, when you are going, make sure that you have the kind of preparation. All of you should not be in one vehicle. All of you should not travel at the same time. This message goes to those who are staying home, those who are traveling, and those who will be in Abuja. May God give all of you wisdom
And may He open your eyes to catch those people who have accepted the position of conquered slaves, so that we will deal with them accordingly when the time comes. IPOB is one body, and we belong there. Thank you, my sister. One family, my sister, thank you very much for that. But do you know that our next question is what you just started speaking about? So I would like you to explain to fellow Biafrans some of what makes people willing to become conquered slaves. So the question is, are we willing to become conquered slaves? Because some of us are acting like it, like the people that my sister have already mentioned. And some of us are fighting to make sure that we don't become what we have been called. That person is a double fool. Biafrans, are you willing? Are we willing to become conquered slaves? Just like Fulani oligarchy has been planning for 200 years and marching slowly down to the south to dip their Quran into the Atlantic Ocean. Are we willing to do that? Or can we stand up and be IPOB, one great family, and chase the Janjaweeds out of our land? Sister Victoria, please continue on your trend of thought.
Yes, my sister. That is, in fact, it summarizes what I'm trying to say. There is no way we can play double game. We cannot stand in defense. Some in Biafra land are playing double game. They pretend to be part of us while they are working for Fulani, while many others are standing in defense. And therefore, I want to ask question. Many of you, your market has been closed down in many places. You have been taken out of your home. It has been taken. They are making it clear to you, go to your land. And you are still pretending like you are one Nigeria. Shame on every Biafra, shame on every Biafra, anywhere you are, and you are there in the contraction, in the British company, or Nigeria, and you are pretending one Nigeria. They will kill you very well. How can we be in the water and there will be soap in our eyes? Biafrans are struggling people. And uncircumcised Fulani come and tell you you are a conquered slave. Uncircumcised Fulani that has no home is actively taking over your home, telling you conquered slave, and you are doing everything possible to you are doing everything possible to answer the conquered slave. What a shame. Great Biafrans, as our leader used to call us. Anytime they call us that, it warms my heart. Whenever our leader is talking and he says, great Biafrans, wonderful people, it makes me happy. Because I know I have an identity. But understand that today, as of today, many Biafrans have no identity where we are. Because when you say I'm a Biafran, some people begin to ask questions. And you say, I don't have an identity. I don't belong to Nigeria. It's not my country. It's a company. It's a British company. And Fulani, they are helping them whatever way they can to make sure that indigenous people are destroyed. It is very painful that some other ethnic groups are joining Fulani, but at the same time, I'm happy. Because like our leader said, maybe only the faithful will enter into Biafra land because many of you will be killed because you don't